Hey guys, what's up? Not here today, so I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing for you. I hope it's a bad thing that I'm not here, but maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. If that's true, a little tear because I hope that's a bad thing for me being gone. But anyway, so today, what I thought what we would do. Okay, so we've been going back and forth with the 13 colonies in like early American history. And then we've also gone back and forth with geography, especially with latitude and longitude and maps. So I'm going to kind of merge the two together today more so than we have in the past. And I know second hour you've already had these notes, but first hour has not. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the notes. And second hour, it's been a couple days, actually more than a couple days. It's probably about half a week almost, or a week, since we've talked about it. So maybe what you guys could do today as a class is first like review the notes that we had. All right, so that we took in our notebook, and I'll leave my notebook, and you guys can talk about them, right, about types of location. Um, Quick little review, I guess, if I'm going to do the review. So there's two types of location, right? There's absolute location and there's relative location. And second hour, Team Toad, you should have it in your notebook, and Team Yoshi, you don't. You guys can record it later. But I know second hour, you guys said that you had it last year a little bit too. So some of it was kind of review. Hopefully a lot of it's review. But so yeah, relative location, just to review, that's like when you don't know exactly where the place is, but like you could describe it to someone. And you're probably thinking, well, how do you describe it to someone? And the way you describe it would be like, oh, it's like over there next to that, it's by that, it's a mile down the road from that. Like you compare it, right? Like you compare it to other places. So if I were to, and I know this is the example I gave second hour, to Taco Bell, and I said, man, I'm craving some chalupas and quesadillas because I like quesadillas and Baja Blast. Okay, and I say, well, how do I get to Taco Bell? Right? You're not going to give me the absolute location because if you remember the absolute location, okay, it's very exact or exact, absolute. But I'm using latitude and longitude. And I don't know if you guys have ever gone up and looked outside, but you don't see like the longitude and longitude lines crossing the Earth. So I guess I could pull out my phone, and some of you would probably like that, or you always talk about your phones and technology and how that would work, but not probably convenient enough to really do. And so I'm going to use my relative location skills, right? And that makes sense. So I'm going to ask you the question again. How would I get to Taco Bell? Or where is Taco Bell? Maybe it's really more where is it? And you're probably thinking, Taco Bell. Well, it's kind of by the high school. So you could say by the high school next to across the street from Dunkin' Donuts, pretty much, right? Or next across the street from this motel next to Dunkin' Donuts, okay? But the point is you're telling me where something is that I don't know the location of. So you're telling me where that location is, though, by comparing it to locations you think that I do know where they are. And you probably want to use more than one. So like you don't just want to say, here's another example. And I know I give this second hour and you guys took notes the one day. I don't just want to say, Illinois is next to Indiana. Okay, now that's true. Illinois is next to Indiana, and you could say that would be relative location because you're saying, okay, relative to Indiana, Illinois is right here, and that would be a fact. But I could go up, I could go sideways, I can go sideways, I can go down, I could go diagonal, like what direction next to Indiana? And so you'd probably say, well, Illinois is west of Indiana, okay, and that helps a little bit, but then how far west? Like, I mean, west right next to it, west, all the way by California. So you probably want to add another location. So you should always like be using two locations. So you'd say, well, Illinois is next to Indiana, below Wisconsin. Okay, so now I can think in my mind and say, okay, west of Indiana, below Wisconsin, boom, there it is. Right, as opposed to west of Indiana, and I could go all the way to California, right? And that's still west. So you'd want to do more than just like the one location. right? Obviously with the other page, so that's what the first page of notes talks about, okay? Relative and absolute location. You guys can copy it down in your notebook. Please do. All right. The second page, or review it if you already did. The second page, again, is latitude and longitude. From the facts quiz on Friday, obviously a lot of you guys kind of got this right. I mean, I think we all know it. It's just one of those questions that just like you just want to pull your hair out on because you know latitude and longitude, but they're just so easy to mix up. And so latitude, latitude, or whatever your teacher taught you before. Longitude, to me, they run longer because they're up and down, but that just works in my brain, whatever works in your brain. But anyway, longitude, the up and down ones, latitude, the side to side ones. And they're the exact, or they are the absolute location. So if I were to ask for you to give me the absolute location of your house, you could actually find it. Now, you're not going to find it on the map because it doesn't go in that close, but, I mean, we could. I mean, in theory, probably using some app, like you could find the absolute location of your house, as opposed to saying, well, my house is next to the park across from the sundial, or I don't know, whatever you're going to say, which would be relative. And it's what we would probably say. I mean, it's what we use. We use relative location. So, quick little review on that, and you're going to take your notes on that. So what I'm going to do, and I'm pretty sure I've used this map before. I know we've done some map work, obviously, because we've talked about maps, right? So here's my map, okay? Looking at it, what type of map do you think it would be? I'm going to give you a second to think about it. Well, it could be physical, climate, political, topographical, economic. What kind? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're right. It was climate. So I want you to take this climate map and, oh wait, it's not climate? Topographical, because there's those lines. This topographical map, no, you're right, it's not topographical. But you know what? I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, because when you work on this map, creating it, there's questions that go on the back. I know. And good thing I told you, because a lot of you would just do the front and not look at the back. So I'm glad I told you that, right? But I want you to make, we've talked about creating maps before. I'm going to have you create a map using page 133. And look, I wrote a sticky note to make sure I knew what page it was on. 133, or not, oops, sorry, not even 133, 131. Okay, I can read. All right, history books are behind, like, in the cabinet. Make sure you guys I left the door open. Make sure you put them back nicely. They're old, they're fragile. I love them, but they're old, falling apart. Be nice to them. All right, and you're going to see on that page 131, okay, a map. It's a really small map that kind of looks like this, and it's color-coded. And I want you to work on our constructing maps that we've been doing in class to make a key or a legend. I'm not going to tell you where it goes. You should know where it goes. And make me a map of whatever kind of map this is, if you can think about it. Yeah. So, okay. And then there's questions on the back. So read the back and work on that. Ideally, you guys would be doing it, by yourselves, because I want you to make sure you know it. But like always, talking is really just up to how you guys are doing. If you're doing a good day today and, they want you guys to be able to talk, you can. If you're being too loud, I would, it's easier sometimes for for teachers to just have you guys sit there and be quiet and work. So whatever is going to be easier and whatever you're deserving is probably okay with me when it comes to if you work with a partner or work together or not. But point being, this is going to be due tomorrow because you have all hour to do it. I've only taken 10 minutes of your time with this video. And yeah, so you're creating a colored-coded map of whatever map type that is, and there's questions on back. You know what? But there's one here's the most important question. Are you guys ready for it? Let me think about it. I don't know. This might be kind of mean. But the most important question is, what is Mr. Freehill doing on his day off? Maybe he's doing this. Maybe he's doing that. Maybe he's at home watching Netflix, getting some, popcorn, whatever. Actually, it's not really. I mean, I'll be thinking about you. Trust me, I'll be thinking about you. But anyway, it's not really a day off. I'm trying to be funny. Hopefully it's funny. If it's not funny, it's dumb and whatever. Just make fun of me for being dumb, not to my face. But you guys have a good day, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Please make sure you do this for homework, though, if you don't get it done, because you should if you're using your time wisely. Also, you guys have a facts quiz. So if you finish early, please do your facts quiz, right, or study for your facts quiz, numbers 1 through 15. Friday will be here before you know it. So, all right. Anyway, have a good day, guys. See ya.